Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sayo, and if you're new here, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for clicking on this video. This is a lifestyle and entertainment channel, and I always say that I aim to just make you guys take some time off of your busy schedules or schedules. Is it schedules or schedules? Just take some time off. Okay, watch my videos and have something to smile about, have something to laugh about sometimes. Okay, and just like, you know what, just ease off on the stress. So if you like what you see so far, like if you like my face, you know, then please do click on the subscribe button and also on the notification bell, just so that you can be notified when there's a new video. And if you're a constant watcher of my video, if you used to constantly just watch my videos and you haven't subscribed yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. I don't know what you want me to say to get you to subscribe to my channel. So if you haven't subscribed and you keep watching my videos, then please do subscribe. Actually, before we go into today's video, can we just pause? Just pause for a minute and appreciate my hair. Can you just appreciate my hair, please? Guys, I made this hair by myself, single-handedly by myself. I'm not even joking. I am so proud of myself. It's not the best there is out there, but it is something to be proud of. So I thought before I go further on this video, I need my accolades. So please give me my accolades, okay? Can I hear you say well done? Well done, Shaya, well done. Anyway, thank you guys. I've received all my accolades. Now we can move on with the video. So today's video is going to be part of my travel segment. You guys know that I have a travel segment on my channel where I talk about useful tips for travel, right? Okay, so I've got a few videos, so if you haven't seen them, please do do well to check them or watch them. I've got some really useful tips that would help you guys where traveling and holiday is concerned. But today is a little bit different because I'm not giving you guys 5 tips or 5 helpful things you need to know before you travel. I'm actually talking about my reality after coming into London. So some of the things that actually shocked me, some things, I call it culture shock, some things that shocked me, some things that made me go, whoa, okay, some things that were awkward, some things that were surprising, okay, all of those emotions in one. I wanted to talk about it. I've only started my YouTube channel almost a year ago now, so there wasn't a platform for me to talk about it. When I was thinking of some of these things or some of the ideas for my YouTube videos, I thought, let me share with you guys some of those things, okay, in today's video. For some of those things, I've actually had to get used to it over time, but some other ones I'm still struggling with wrapping my head around it. Like, how are these things even possible, or how do these things even exist or work? I think I'm exaggerating. It's not that bad, but for a Nigerian coming into London, some of those things are a bit like So yeah, this video is for you if you're a Nigerian thinking of traveling into London, coming into London or coming into the UK. You might want to take note of some of these things so that they don't shock you too much when you get here, so that at least you're aware of them before you come here, and then it's not like, oh, what have I gotten myself into? Okay, number one on my list is when you're invited to a birthday party. When someone invites you to a birthday party at a restaurant, and at the end of the day you pay for your own food and possibly even someone else's food if you have to split the bill. I found it really shocking. Okay guys, don't get me wrong, it is not a bad thing, okay? It's something that's really common here, and in actual fact I've gotten used to it. But I thought it was worth mentioning because it was something that really took me by surprise when I got into the country for the first time. Like, as a Nigerian, when you're invited for a party, even if you're invited for a party at a restaurant, get together, whatever it is, when you're invited for something, you're not expected to come and then pay for the food you are going to eat. Because usually at those events, there's food, you know, small chops, drinks, water, everything is present in it's surplus. As in opo. It's plenty. Okay, so you're not expected to then now pay for food when you go to events like that. So it was a bit shocking for me. With time, I got to understand the world. That's how things work here, and I got used to it. So now it's no longer shocking to me. It's not something that I will carry eyes for. No, it's something that it comes naturally now for me to know that, well, I have to pay for food whenever I get invited for somebody's event at a restaurant or something like that. So yeah, but that's one thing you guys should note, so that you know you're not just going you're not going Jones if somebody invites you for a party and not going to be thinking that you know if you pay money, also carry your own money along. Another thing that I found really weird was calling elderly people by name. Okay, now if you're a Nigerian, you will know how much respect is, you know, how serious respecting your elders are in the country. You have to even kneel down when you're greeting your auntie and your uncle, and you don't kneel down for them. Somebody can slap you. I'm joking, but you know, it is a serious offense to want to call your you know, mom, dad, elderly ones, aunties. You cannot call them by name as a Nigerian. How would you even call your auntie by name? How? Or how would you want to greet your auntie and not kneel down for her and say, well, good morning, auntie, you know, something like that. But here it's not a thing. Like, you know, I'd watch American films when I was in Nigeria, and I would see, you know, people calling people by name. So I should have been used to it, right? But no, when I got here, it was still a bit shocking for me. And a few times I know I must have actually done like this to somebody to greet them like this. God, and then I quickly remember that you're not in Nigeria. Nobody's expecting you to bow or to kneel or to, you know, half kneel for them. So that was one thing I had to quickly get around my head and say, well, this is a different place and you have to kind of follow suit. You know, I have to do it now, but I still feel a bit of pang. I don't know if I should use pang when I call somebody that I know is clearly older than me by name. But I think what I then do is, like, when we talk, I make sure the respect is obvious, because I don't want to call you by name and then I'll be doing anyhow. Okay, anyway, that's another one. Now this one is one that I found really, really weird, but guess what, I am already doing it now. I do it a lot, and that's how open people are. Oh my goodness, people are so open here. Like, you would meet a total stranger, and then before you leave, before you guys depart, even if you're spending 5 minutes beside each other, before you guys depart, that person might have told you all their life history. Like, I've met cab drivers, random people in restaurants on the queues, where you just get to know people's health problems, what people have, people's inheritance, people's family history, people's I don't just name it. People are strangers are so open in this country. Like, they tell you everything. And then people tell you all their travel plans. Like, we're traveling to this place, on this place, on that place, on that place, and we're staying for 3 days, and for, you know, people tell you, like, people literally tell you everything. An example was in church. Okay, I was part of a team where we offer you tea and coffee and stuff like that. And then I was just there standing behind the till, and this lady walks up to me and says, oh, can I have tea? And I was, you know, trying to prepare the tea for her, and she goes, oh, can I show you a picture of my niece? I've just had my sister's just given birth and I have a new niece. And in my mind, I'm thinking, but I don't know you, ma. Why would you just randomly show me a picture of your niece? And she brought out the phone and she was like, oh, look at her. Isn't she so cute? She was born on so dates, and this happened and that happened, and my sister is so overwhelmed. And like, she just went on about everything that was happening with the birth, around the birth of her new niece. And I was like, okay. I had to conceal my emotions, because in my mind I'm thinking, you can't do that in Nigeria because of what people. You know how they used to say people of the world in Nigeria, any small thing. There's a quote that my mom normally says that if somebody's young, I will say it in Yoruba, your mouth for what, Bonnie? That means that if your yam is uprooting, if your yam is growing, you will cover it up with your hand. I don't know, can't look for the meaning. I will not be able to translate it. But in short, like, people are not that open in Nigeria because there's a fear of people that are not happy with your success or your progress that might want to kind of like, you know, do you bad things. But here it's not the same. And like I said to you guys earlier, I've also started doing it. I will meet random people in the cab and I've already told you, you know, my life story. So I'm sorry if you are related to me and somebody meets you and they've already know your story. Just know that it's my fault. But anyway, yeah, that's how open people are here. Like, people are ready to share with you whatever, and however deep it might be, people are open to share. People are that open here. So you might want to bear that in mind so that it doesn't come to you as a shock if you're going to be moving here, you know, to stay or whatever. Just be open to whatever it is that people tell you, and don't let it surprise you. Okay, it's a thing here. One other thing is how quiet Christmas is over here. Like, my husband told me that before I came here, that Christmas is quiet here, but I didn't know how quiet it was until I actually experienced it by myself. So, and I shared that with you in my first Christmas video when I was talking about the difference between Christmas in Nigeria and Christmas here. If you're not, as in, seriously, you can be depressed if you don't have family here during Christmas, and that's just me telling you the truth. You know how bubbly Christmas is in Nigeria. You know how there's always one party here somewhere or the other. There's always something to do. You would even go to church on a Sunday, on the Christmas morning, regardless of what day it is of the week. But here it's different. Shops are not opened, buses do not work, trains do not work, those kinds of stuff. So you can imagine how quiet. It's kind of like a quiet affair where people just come together with their families and just, like, you know, have your own breakfast, your own dinners and stuff like that. But it is really, really quiet here. And if you're someone that you're coming alone from Nigeria and you don't have anyone here, it can be quite, you know, I don't want to say depressing, but I think I said depressing before, but it can be really, really, yeah. Now, this one is a personal thing to me. Before I came to London, I always had this mindset. And it's not just London, it's like abroad. I always had the mindset that abroad was like clean, like a place where it's like made of glass, where you are just walking on glass. Like, everywhere is clean, everywhere is tidy. Everyone is like, you wouldn't find any beggars. So that was the mindset, and this is just personal to me. I don't know what any other person thinks, but that was the mindset I had about coming to London. So imagine my shock and my surprise when I came to London and I saw quite a few dirty places, untidy places, like things on the floor, you know. Yeah, there are people that are begging for alms around, begging for alms on the trains. Some trains are dirty, some buses are dirty, like, so it was quite a bit of shock for me. And that's why I said this is personal to me, because I don't know what any other person's mindset is with regards to cleanliness, you know, and how, you know, how overseas is. So if you have that mindset, just cancel it. There are dirty things in this London, lady places, dirty things, and just things in the London too. So yes, it's not, yeah. They have a system here that people do cleaning regularly from time to time, but I just didn't expect to even see any dirty thing on the road and on the floor and in the buses so yes, that's one thing that shocked me. Now this other one is how people react to sunshine. Guys, how people react to sunshine here is a shocking stuff. It's a really shocking stuff. Now I get it, the fact that usually, you know, 80% of the time it's cold, it's freezing, you know, and then when the sun is out, people want to come out. But I didn't have that mindset. Like, obviously I'm coming from Nigeria, from a place where it's hot. So if the sun is out, I don't want to be out in the sun. Like, in Nigeria, when the sun is out, people are looking for shade and shelter and the umbrella and the guinea. You know, people want to get out of the sun in Nigeria, but over here people want to go into the sun when the sun comes out. So that was a bit shocking for me. All the parks, everywhere is literally packed full when the sun is out in this country. People come out in their dozens. in the hundreds when the sun is out. I know that, you know, I'm still getting used to the cold here, but even when the sun is out, for me, I don't want to be on the park, on the grass, you know, opening up to the sunshine. But I guess it's because of where I come from, right? Okay, so that's one thing that actually, that one I'm still not used to it, and I still complain when the sun is out, and complain to myself, obviously, and I see a lot of people out. I'm like, why are you guys just in the sun? Like, don't stay in the sun. But yeah, that's the thing here, and I guess, you know, they love it, they enjoy the sun, so obviously it's not, yeah, so you can be sure that a couple of places will be crowded once the sun is out in this country. Yeah, now this one, I won't even lie to you, I've been in this country for almost 7 years now, or 7 years now, I think, and I still struggle with it. And it's how we drive on the other side of the road, different from Nigeria, right? So we drive on the left here in the UK, and in Nigeria we drive on the right. And also, so the cars, obviously the driver's seat is also on the opposite side, or the different on the other side. You get what I mean, Sha? So I struggled with that a lot when I came here, in the sense that if I'm approaching a car, I usually approach on the driver's side before I remember that, okay, no, that's not my side of the car. And then I'll be like, oh. And then I'll now go to the other side and go and sit down. And then when I get into the car and sit down, and I'm trying to pull, you know, the seat belts, instead of me to pull the seat belt from this side, I still try and reach out for the seat belt on this side to pull it over my shoulder, over myself. So I struggled with that for a long time, and I just, like, every time it just happens, I'm like and it's the same thing with when you're trying to cross the road. I'm used to looking left, you know, left, right, left. That's it, right, in Nigeria. But on this side, you have to look to the right when you're crossing the road. So that was a bit of a, it was just a bit of a confusion for me, and a struggle. And like I said, till date, I still struggle with, especially the seat belts aspect, where I kind of like want to drag the seatbelt from this side. Only God will help me. Maybe eventually when I start driving, you know, and I get used to the whole driving on the right or left or whatever side of the road, then maybe. But that's something that actually quite, you know, that was a bit confusing and awkward for me when I got to this country. Another thing that was shocking for me to see was expiry dates on things like egg, things like bread, things like fruits. Okay, and those are the examples that I can give you guys now. In Nigeria, well, except from ShopRite, in Nigeria growing up, or as in generally, I wasn't used to seeing expiry dates on breads, on eggs, and on fruits, you know. But in this country, you buy bread, they'll say it expires in 3 days. How can the bread expire in 3 days now? You go check it. Or you buy egg, they'll say you can only use it for 3 weeks. How now? We used to have egg in our house in Nigeria that we use for a long time, and it's still good. But in this country, you have to now start following expiry dates. Anyway, that's one thing that actually, you know, that actually was frustrating for me and was a bit shocking for me. I mean, I'm used to expiry dates on like cans and, you know, whatever, all those things, but on these kind of things that I'm mentioning, and I'm sure you have examples of some of those other things as well. I don't want expiry dates on those things, please. I'm joking, before they come for me. Expiry date is good, and please follow expiry dates and throw things away when they've expired. Okay, on to the next point. Another thing is how much tea people drink, tea and coffee, or tea, or just like tea. People will eat breakfast and drink tea, eat lunch and drink tea, eat dinner and drink tea. Kilo de gong. When tea happen with tea, guys, no, I'm not saying don't drink tea or not. Like, again, like I said, all of these things are not bad things, okay? They're not things that I'm frowning at. They're just things that I'm sharing with you guys that I found really surprising and different as a Nigerian coming into London. Okay, so yeah, people drink tea a lot in this country. Like, people drink tea on hot days, in summer, in winter. And for me, when I want to drink tea, I feel like I drink tea when I'm freezing or when I have a bit of a cold. So when there is this whole catarrh and cough thing going on, that's when I drink tea. But it cannot be sunny. There cannot be plenty of sun outside and you will now tell me to drink tea. Why, sir? Why, ma? Please, I do not want tea. I want a cold minerals. Please, I want a cold minerals. If you don't know what cold minerals is, this is a Fanta or a Coke or a Sprite or a fizzy drink, as they call it here. But anyway, yes, people drink a lot of tea, so don't be surprised when you get here and when you go to someone's house, when you come here and you go to someone's house and it's hot outside and they're offering you tea. That's just the culture here, okay? So flow with it, okay? And if you don't want the tea, just say, no, please, I'd like a glass of water. But don't be like, ha, tea ke, in this heat. No, we don't want to do that. And that's why we are sharing this video with you. One final thing that I actually found a bit surprising, okay, is how simple people are. People are so simple in this country. Oh my goodness, they're so, like, if you can be beside somebody on the train, right, going to work, and that person is a billionaire or a millionaire. Seriously, like, you wouldn't know how much assets that person has, but the person is just on the train with you with a piece of newspaper, just going into work like a regular person. But in Nigeria, people always want to show that I have arrived, like from their Gucci shoe, Gucci dress, Gucci top, Gucci hat. Please don't come for me. I'm not against all those things. Please, I beg you. But I'm just saying all of that to make a point. Like, people always want to show that, yes, you know, I've got this money most of the time in Nigeria, but here is different. People are so simple. Most people are simple here. Like, most people that I've met, actually, to be fair, like, nobody's dragging anything with you. I might be wrong, and it might just be the people that I have met. But if you think otherwise and you've been in London for a while, then please let me know what you think. But based on what I've seen, okay, and people that I've interacted with, people are quite simple over here. And yeah, that's something I found really shocking, pleasantly shocking. Okay, yeah, it was, yeah. So so yeah, those are all the things that I have come to find out or come to realize about living here versus living in Nigeria. Yeah, and this also ties into one of the questions that somebody put up on my Instagram when I put up a questionnaire saying, what kind of videos do you want to see? Someone was asking about how I'm transitioning, or how I am transitioning in UK or something like that. I can't remember how the person asked it. So this also ties into that question about just the things that I've noticed and how gradually I've just tried to live with it. It's like you're following the culture of how things are done here, you know, and just try to just, you know, go along with the flow. Pretty much. If it's against, obviously, if it's against my belief, if it's against my morals or values, obviously I wouldn't, you know, go along with the pack and do what everybody else is doing. But obviously, if it is something that this is how it is done here, then you just kind of like live with it and just kind of like go with the flow. Pretty much. Some of those things will come to you naturally over the years, like some of those things have for me, but then some of the other ones I'm still kind of struggling with them, and I still kind of find it like, you know, oh. So yeah, I hope some of these things would help you if you are someone that is looking to come into the UK for the first time to settle. I hope you would watch this video and you'll be like, okay, well, I've learned one or two things, so that when I come to UK, I wouldn't be really shocked or surprised, you know. It's like I'm giving you a soft landing, right? Okay, but I want to hear from you guys. If you're in the, especially those in diaspora, like Australia, wherever you are, Thailand, you know, America, Canada, wherever you are, let me know. Let us know in the comment section below, what are some of the things that have actually shocked you, some of the things that you found awkward, some of the things you found weird, some of the things you found surprising, you know, about some of these countries that you're living in compared to Nigeria as a Nigerian, okay, or an African, right? I want to hear from you guys. Let us know in the comment section. Let us gist about, let's talk about it in the comment section below, okay, and let's have a laugh as well. Okay, that's it from me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you stayed till the end, if you did enjoy this video, then please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. okay? And also click on the notification bell just so that you know whenever it is I post a new video by default, right? You don't have to wait for me to announce. Share this video if you think someone else would enjoy watching it, okay? And then come back next week for more videos from my humble self. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I'll see you next week, but till then, stay safe, be cool, enjoy yourself, okay? Okay, thank you guys, bye. That's because they don't see the value in it. They don't. Can you guys hear the ice cream van? I'm supposed to be downstairs now buying ice cream.